Children, the next question is mitochondria are called powerhouse of the cell. Okay, you see what your answer is going to be like. What happens inside the mitochondria? Food gets converted into energy. When I say food, especially carbohydrates. If carbohydrates are not there, then it will be fats. So it is either carbohydrates or fats getting converted into energy. By doing what? Adding oxygen. And you know, addition of oxygen is called oxidation. So what happens in mitochondria? Food gets oxidized to form energy. When I say food, so children, the first point is going to be the carbohydrates and fats in food get oxidized to form energy. This energy, children, in the mitochondria will be used to form a molecule called ATP. Okay, this ATP molecule will be used by cell, and therefore mitochondria is called the powerhouse of the cell, because the energy for cell will be given by mitochondria, because mitochondria ke andar carbohydrates and fats are getting converted into energy, and this energy is used to form this energy rich molecule which is ATP. Okay, so we'll see once again. Carbohydrates and fats present in food gets oxidized to form energy. Second point, this energy is used to produce ATP molecules, and ATP molecules are used by cell for all activities, and therefore mitochondria is called the powerhouse of the cell. Is that clear, children? Yeah. One more time, repeat with me. Carbohydrates and fats present in food are oxidized to form energy. Energy is used to form ATP molecules. These ATP molecules are used by cells for all the activities, and therefore mitochondria is called the powerhouse of the cell. Children, the next question is related to the diagrams. We'll do it at the end of all the questions. We'll now take up question number 6. The first question in question number 6 is, who discovered a cell and how? Children, a cell was discovered by a scientist called Robert Hooke. Okay? Who discovered a cell? Robert Hooke. Children, he saw cork under a microscope. He took a slice of cork. The stem of the plant has a skin. The bark of the tree is called a cork. Okay, so he took a slice of a cork and saw it under a microscope, and he saw empty spaces. He called this empty space as a cell, because the cell, this word means room or an empty space. The microscope that he used was made by himself. उसने खुद ने अपना माइक्रोस्कोप बनाया था. So we say it is self-designed, made by his own self. Okay, so what's your answer? Who discovered a cell? Cell was discovered by a scientist called Robert Hooke. He observed the slice of a cork under a self-designed microscope and called the empty spaces a cell. Okay. So now, who gave the name cell? Robert Hooke. Who for the first time saw the cells? Robert Hooke. Okay. So the cell was discovered by Robert Hooke by seeing a slice of cork under a self-designed microscope and then giving the name cell. Okay. This structure is called honeycomb structure. Children, if you see a honeycomb, there are empty spaces all over. Okay. So this appearance of honeycomb was seen under the microscope by Robert Hooke. Alright. So that's your answer for the first question. Who discovered a cell and how? Children, the next question is, where are genes located? Where are genes? Children, genes are present on the DNA, which is present inside the nucleus of a cell. Okay. What are these genes? These genes are hereditary information which comes from the parents to the children. Okay. These genes are located on the DNA which is present inside the nucleus of a cell. Okay. So your answer is, where are genes located, children? Genes are located on DNA inside the nucleus of a cell. Repeat with me. Genes are located on DNA inside the nucleus of a cell. One last time. Genes are located on DNA inside the nucleus of a cell. Children, we go to the third question and the last one in question number 6. Name 2 organelles which have their own genetic material. And what is the importance of the material? So what if they have their own genetic material? Means which cell organelles have their own DNA? And what is the importance of having their own DNA? Your answer, children, your answer for this question is mitochondria and chloroplast. Children, chloroplast is a green color plastid and mitochondria produces energy for the cell. Chloroplast does photosynthesis. Mitochondria and chloroplast have their own genetic material. Now what happens is, when the cell divides, genetic material also divides. Means this cell will pass on the information to the next cell. Okay. So the importance of mitochondria and chloroplast is, they can double on their own. Okay. Means they are self-replicating. Children, replica means a copy. What happens is, listen children, carefully. This is a cell and this is the nucleus. Inside this nucleus there is genetic material. And inside a cell there are many cell organelles. Now, when a cell divides, means one cell becomes 2 cells. All of them will become double. Half will go in this cell, half will go in another cell. Now, because chloroplast and mitochondria have their own DNA, even if the cell is not dividing, mitochondria and chloroplast can become double on their own without the cell becoming double. But other organelles like nucleus, other organelles like endoplasmic reticulum, like Golgi body, all of them will become double only if cell is becoming double. Here these 2 organelles can become double without the cell becoming double. So they are self-replicating. They can on their own make a replica, make a copy of themselves because they have their own genetic material. So the importance is, they are self-replicating. Okay. So your answer for this question, 2 cell organelles having their own genetic material is mitochondria and chloroplast. And because they have their own DNA, they can replicate themselves on their own, or they are self-replicating. So children, what are the 2 organelles having their own genetic material? Repeat, mitochondria and chloroplast. What are they below? Mitochondria and chloroplast. And because of DNA, they are self-replicating. Children, we go to the next question. It's question number 7. Differentiate between, first question, cell wall and cell membrane. Okay? As you know, children, cell wall and cell membrane. Where is cell wall present? In